Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on Indian ethos in management, and today I am going to continue my discussion on the topic of value based management, relevance and impact. This is going to be part 3 of our lectures on value based management. In the previous lecture of mine, I told you briefly about the value based management, what it is, what are the key challenges which we witness while implementing value based management in a business enterprise, what is the need and benefit of implementing value based management in an organization, and eventually we started our discussion on the topic of relevance and impact. So, I would be concluding this very topic of the last very topic of value based management, that is the relevance and impact of this value based management. And we had a discussion, we had a brief discussion on the topic of strategic alignment, performance measurement, incentive alignment, and we have to extend our discussion on the topic of capital allocation, risk management and long term sustainability. So, these are the significant areas where the value based management becomes very much relevant. Implementation of value based management becomes inevitable when we have to look for catering to these areas, starting from strategic alignment to evaluation of performance, incentive alignment, capital allocation, and eventually whatever we are implementing, that need to be sustainable. So, whether my management style is sustainable or not, whether I am going to provide a philosophy, provide the entire system which is sustainable for long run or not, because whatever I am doing in my organization at the very outset, if I am not able to sustain with that, what is the relevance of initiating that specific strategy? So, that strategy itself need to be sustainable if we really wish to ensure that my business enterprise need to be sustainable. So, for sustainability we have to understand that it is only the value based management, it is only the value which becomes the foundation for a management philosophy that becomes sustainable, that makes an organization sustainable. So, if we talk about strategic alignment, we understand that value based management, it aligns organizational objectives with value creation, and it ensures that all activities and decisions whatever we are taking into a business enterprise, they significantly contribute to the long term shareholder value. So, whatever shareholder value we are generating, that need to be contributed by this value based management, and it actually aligns all the organizational objective with value creation, and it ensures that whatever we are performing, whatever we are doing into our business enterprise, that is in one way or the other going to contribute to the long term shareholder value. So, creating a long term shareholder value actually offers an idea to the shareholder that, see, this is the company where I should stay invested. Whatever investment I have made, it is not only safe, but it is also increasing, it is also finding its best destination in terms of value appreciation, in terms of the increasing size of the capital base. So, whatever money I am investing into a business enterprise, that need to actually be safe, not only safe, but it should also appreciate, which we call as economic value addition. So, this strategic alignment basically it helps us in focusing efforts on initiatives which have the greatest impact on the holistic performance of business enterprise. So, it is a value based management which becomes a foundation for ensuring this strategic alignment, and without ensuring the strategic alignment, we cannot ensure the positive impact on the holistic performance or the overall performance of the business enterprise. So, this is the reason why most of the business enterprises, they believe in value based management nowadays, because they understand that we can't survive for long without value based management. So, there has to be some value which we can share with our shareholders, that, see, this is the value, it is a value based organization, and whatever philosophy we are following, that is going to ensure that your money is safe and your money is growing at a pace which is actually desired, which is actually required. So, they are offering a platform to all the investors that, see, this is the best destination for you. And once this kind of information passes on to the shareholders, it not only helps us in retaining the existing investors, but also increases the enthusiasm of potential investors to come to the company and reinvest. So, we are basically finding the re-investors, we are finding the potential investors getting attracted to our business enterprise. So, this is the reason why value based management is so much of importance or significance for us. Moving on to performance measurement, when we look at the value based management, it provides a framework for evaluating the performance beyond traditional financial metrics, and it emphasizes value drivers. For instance, I would say customer satisfaction, employee productivity and innovation, and in this way it offers a more holistic kind of view of organizational success. So when we are measuring the performance, not only by the way of calculating the financial profit, but we do care about the satisfaction of customers. We do care about the concerns of employees who are working in the company. Their productivity is increasing, but what about their level of satisfaction? Is there any resentment or any conflict among the employees? If it is there, there is some negativity in your performance, as an organization. So when we take the holistic view of organizational success, profit becomes only one of the component. And suppose if you are not believing into a value based management, of course you would run the business with only motive that, see, my profit is okay, my profit is increasing, I am only concerned about the profit figures, I am concerned about the earning per share of my investors, but what about the other stakeholders? So value based management actually acts as a deterrent to that philosophy, to that autocratic style, where we are actually finding an encasement among the corporate managers, where they only where they only evaluate the performance of a business enterprise by the way of profit only. They feel that my company's book profit are okay, my company is booking a good amount of profit, so we should stay happy. But what about the customers who are actually your buyers, and your profit is actually emanating or originating from those customers only? Today they have bought your product and they are not somehow satisfied with your product. So tomorrow what will happen? The profit which is being reflected in your balance sheet today may disappear tomorrow. So if you really wish to ensure that your profit becomes sustainable, it is only the value based management which offers you an idea, which gives you a way out, that you should try to evaluate or measure the performance of the entire organizational success in a holistic view, wherein all the stakeholders, their concerns are considered in a significant manner, or you give significant importance to all the stakeholders. You find each and every stakeholder to be a significant one in the value chain of the business enterprise. So value based management becomes very significant here, because it is only the value based management which offers us a way out to ensure the holistic success, the organizational success, to be more sustainable. And if we talk about incentive alignment, most of the people think that the shenanigans are increasing because of this incentive, the performance being incentives being linked to the performance. That suppose if I am a CFO of a company and company is booking a good amount of profit, so I will be getting more incentive in terms of percentage of profit, and that actually offers a window for all the CFOs, all the financial managers or the stakeholders, to ensure that the company's profit should not be down in any way, whether it is right or wrong, but you ensure that the profit of the book profit of the company is always showing a good picture, a nice picture to the shareholders. So when we link performance incentives to value creation, here we need to understand, we are not linking incentive to the performance of the company, to the financial performance of the company. Rather, we are going to link performance incentive to value creation, that what value you have created in your business enterprise, and when once you are able to do it, it motivates your employees at all levels, whether they are working in finance department, or they are working in HR department, or they are working at the ground level in the factory, at all levels, to work towards common goals. Each and everyone finds himself or herself motivated towards attainment of organizational goals, and in this way it ensures that all individual efforts contribute to the organizational overall success, and it fosters a culture of accountability and collaboration among everyone. So they are not finding their interest to be competitive, rather they become cooperative. They start believing into coexistence, and that is actually the you can say the gist of this value based management, and that is what value based management aspires for. It wants that your incentive alignment should be towards the value creation. Your incentive, performance incentive, should not be related to the financial profit, to the book profit only. So you should think beyond the salary, you should think beyond the monetary incentives, you should start believing in value creation, and that only comes from the value based management. So my dear learner, this is another reason why we are finding it to be more significant. Why are we finding this value based management to be more impactful? If we talk about capital allocation, how do we allocate capital to different projects? We all understand that as a person of management accounting, if you ask me, I would say that while selecting a project, we try to allocate the maximum resources to a project which is generating the highest returns, which is giving me the highest amount of profit. But value based management guides strategic decision making regarding capital allocation. It ensures that the resources are allocated to projects and initiatives which generate the highest returns. That is fine, but it also ensures that this has to be done in a disciplined manner. This disciplined approach helps optimize investment decisions and maximize shareholder value. So once we are actually trying to maximize the shareholders value, what about the optimization of investment decision? Whatever investment I have made, whether it is in an appropriate project or not, whatever capital I am taking from the market, whether the cost of capital is rational or not, reasonable or not. Because suppose if I am taking the capital at the higher rate from the market, then whatever wiser decisions I am taking in investment category, that is not going to help me, because already my cost of capital is very high, and that is going to increase my overall cost of capital. So while going for capital allocation, value based management actually offers a background. It offers a platform where you should think that whatever decisions you are taking, that need to be a disciplined one. We don't deny to attainment of profit, we don't deny to the generation of highest returns or higher returns. If it is possible, you must do. But what about the cost of capital? What about the projects which are there for the benefit of the general public, which are beneficial for the society at large? So suppose if you are having 3 projects, and out of those 3 projects, one project is not good for society, it is causing some harm to the society. So no matter whether it is offering you the higher return or not, you are going to actually do away with that project, because value based management is guiding you to make a profit which is earned by the ethical ways and means. So you should earn whatever profit you are earning, whatever returns you are generating, whether you are maximizing the shareholders value or you are optimizing the investment decisions. In all aspect of your capital allocation, you should be you should actually follow the values of the organization which you have inherited from your the predecessors, those who have actually initiated your organization, and their philosophy should not be kept aside. You should actually focus on their philosophy, and accordingly the capital allocation need to be done. If we talk about risk management, nowadays people talk about managing the risk, that we should manage the risk in a proper manner. If we are somehow able to manage the risk, of course the profit is supposed to come. But the value based management is there to help in that domain also. It incorporates risk considerations into decision making processes, and it is helping all the organizations regardless of their format and domain, that how to balance the risk and return effectively, how to maintain a balance, how to find a balance between the two, between the risk and return effectively. So if we start evaluating risk in relation to potential value creation, companies can make more informed decisions, and not only informed decisions, they can also mitigate potential threats to value. So if I am somehow able to forecast the risk involved into my project, I can actually plan for that, and all the uncertainties which can be insured, if they are insurable, they don't result into the risk, and eventually don't require to manage them. But even beyond that, suppose if there is some kind of risk which is involved into a business process, and if you are taking informed decisions, then of course you can mitigate potential threats to value, or you can at least make a provision for that. And each and every stakeholder of your company is equally involved into that. They actually share your ideas, they actually share that risk. Imagine the risk which you are witnessing into your business enterprise is being shared by all the stakeholders. Nobody is having any complaint about that, and that can only be possible when you follow the value based management. So it is the value of the organization which actually incorporate risk considerations into your decision making processes. So this is another reason why value based management becomes more relevant. If we talk about the engagement of shareholders, it can only be done by the value based management, because it actually identifies the significance of stakeholders beyond shareholders, and they include employees also, because what we always witness that companies are very much concerned about the shareholders, considering that their capital is coming from the shareholders, and they somehow ignore the most significant stakeholder, that is the employee of the business enterprise. We ignore our customers, we ignore at times our suppliers. You should just take a pause and think, can I continue my production process without the help of my suppliers? If somehow they stop the supply of inputs, can I continue the production? Answer is no. Suppose if my employees, they are performing their duties half-heartedly, can I accomplish the task in a given time frame? Answer is no. So we need to understand that beyond shareholders, we should think beyond shareholders. We should recognize the significance of stakeholders beyond shareholders. Somehow some companies, they use shareholders and stakeholders, these two words, interchangeably, whereas stakeholder is a broader term which includes each and every person or entity in the value chain, starting from employees and ending to the society and even the government. So we have to actually extend our idea of considering the engagement of stakeholders at large. We should actually extend our philosophy to the broader community, even to those who are not concerned, who are not our buyers, who are actually only witnessing our company performing in a business setup. So they understand that this company is actually performing in this segment. I don't use that product, but still I respect the contribution of the company. They are concerned about the stakeholders and the way they ensure the engagement of stakeholders. So if we start considering the interest of all stakeholders, what will happen? The organizations can build trust. They can significantly enhance their reputation, and they can eventually create sustainable value for society, not only for company but also for society. For company you are creating a sustainable value, but what if you create a sustainable value for society at large? So that gives a message. You don't need to spend huge amount on account of publicity and advertisement. People know you, people know your company because of your work. So your deeds are more important than what you actually advertise. So let people speak about your company, and that can only come when you actually start engaging all stakeholders. And stakeholders engagement can only be ensured when you actually consider them to be significant in the entire value chain. If I start giving significance to each and every stakeholders, automatically they are going to find themselves engaged in one activity or the other. They would actually become your brand ambassador. You don't need to go for finding a celebrity to endorse your product or your company. So it is a value based management which actually reduces the cost of advertising and publicity, and you can ensure the stakeholders engagement. Moving on to adaptability. Normally whenever a new technology comes, the employees of the company, they do like technology, new technology, but there is huge resistance to that change. They don't want to change because they are accustomed to a given situation. So suppose if you follow a value based management into your company, where people do believe that we have to accomplish the goals of our organization. So value based management allows companies to adapt to changing market conditions and competitive dynamics more effectively, because everybody understands that we have the shared responsibility. We share the goal of the company. Whatever is the objective of the company, whatever is the goal or target company has decided for itself, actually it is a target for ourselves. Company is not struggling or competing for survival. It is we who are fighting for the survival of the company as a stakeholders. So if we are able to inculcate this kind of feeling among stakeholders, what will happen? By focusing on value creation rather than short-term profits, your company can remain agile and responsive to emerging opportunities and challenges. Whatever new opportunities are coming, you will be able to embrace them, and you will be able to reap immense benefit out of those opportunities, and you can overcome challenges without any resistance. Imagine that you bring a change into your organization and everyone is welcoming. It can only be possible when they understand, they look at the change from the same perspective with which the top management is looking for, with which the person who is implementing, the team who is implementing that change into the business enterprise, and that can only be possible when you follow the value based management. Moving on to the last one, that is long term sustainability. When we say sustainability, sustainability itself is a term which is used for long term, but most of the researchers nowadays, to give more emphasis to the longevity of sustainability, they use this term long term sustainability. They add a prefix of long term to the sustainability. And value based management actually promotes sustainable business practices which consider three important factors, that is called nowadays as ESG: environmental, social and governance. So ESG factors nowadays, they have gained huge importance among the management fraternity, and they do believe that by integrating these three considerations, that is ESG, into your decision making process, your company can mitigate risk, it can enhance resilience, and it can create a long term value for all stakeholders. So ESG implementation is very much important if we look at the long term sustainability, and it is actually promoted by, in true sense, it is promoted by the value based management. Value based management promotes sustainable business practices. It says that you should not follow any practice, any business practice which is not sustainable at all. So whatever ideas you have, whatever products you manufacture, whatever communications you make, while doing everything, you should always test them on these three important parameters. Whether it is causing any harm to the environment. If yes, you should actually stop doing that. Whether it is having any concern, it is raising any concern in the mindset of people or society at large. If it is yes, you should ignore that idea. And whether it is causing any harm to your governance factor, it is a threat to the governance, then you should not do that. So value based management actually uses this, promotes this sustainable business practices, and it says that you should consider these three ESG factors while implementing any policy or every policy of your business enterprise. The list is very exhaustive. If we try to find the impact of value based management in different domains, we can take all stakeholders, but I have taken some of the significant ones just to give you an idea the way value based management becomes impactful for the attainment of organizational goals. So we can say that after having this entire discussion or discourse, we can say that value based management, it has multifaceted impact on stakeholders. We should understand that it has multifaceted impact. It is not having impact on one stakeholders, that is the shareholders, but it does impact all stakeholders, ranging from financial gains for shareholders to social benefits for the broader community. And even it promotes, it actually encourages business houses to pay taxes properly and regularly, because the value based management understands that unless you pay taxes to the government will not be able to provide you the good infrastructure, and without any good infrastructure you cannot survive for long run as a business enterprise. You can't compete with your foreign counterparts. So you should understand that starting from financial gains for shareholders, increasing or maximizing their EPS, or contributing to the economic value added, adding some economic value to the capital, we should think of the employees, we should think of the competitors, we should think of suppliers, even competitors. If my competitor is following some unethical ways and means, I should not involve myself into that rat race, because whatever rat race the person is the company is making, that is not going to continue for long. It will not last for long. It is going to find its place, it is going to find its the worst destination which you can imagine very soon. Because in short run they can gain some benefit, but for long run survival, it is only the value which ensures that you survive for the long run. Because you can befool some people for some time, but you can't befool everyone for all the time. So that we need to understand. Your customer can be cheated for once, but not for all times. So it is your value which you craft and actually pass on to your followers, to your successors. That is something which is very important. So if you align strategies with stakeholders' interest and you start focusing on value creation, you as a company can achieve sustainable success in today's dynamic business environment. People think that how to survive in this competitive business environment where the business formats are changing rapidly, where we are finding the rapid change in the format of the business, the way we perform the business. The format of business in which I am working today, 5 years down the line, it is going to change. So how to survive? So that adaptability, that requires adaptability, and that adaptability is only ensured by the way of value based management. If you say that in today's time, what are the key challenges? We always talk about the VUCA world. We talk about the volatility, market to be volatile. You talk about market to be uncertain. So how to ensure our performance in that VUCA world, VUCA world, that is something which can only be ensured by the way of value based management. So my dear learners, in this way we had a discussion on the value based management, its different components, its impact on the business enterprise as a whole. So we need to understand, we need to believe it firmly that unless we adopt, unless we implement value based management in a proper way into our business enterprise, we can't survive for long. So in this way we had a discussion on value based management, its impact, the challenges while implementing value based management, and I hope you must have understood this very concept of value based management and its implementation in the business enterprise in a proper manner. I hope you must have enjoyed today's lecture of mine. Thank you so much.